What's going on, YouTube world? This is your guy, Sealz the man. Thank you for coming back and watching my video on another late night edition episode. For those who don't know, and for those who already know, just to remind you, this channel that I created is for understanding the mindset of decent men, good men. Because as we all know, the internet, the media is ran by negativity. It makes a lot of moolah. I get it. But here on this platform, I love shouting out men who are about something. Upstanding men, outstanding men, solid men, your man, right? So that's what we do here. I also created this channel for my two young nieces so that when they become of age, so that when they become older, they will understand men a lot better at an earlier age, coming from their uncle. Who better? Come on. All right, so thank y'all for being here. And on tonight, I'm going to talk about something very important that I want them to know, but I also want you to know. As y'all know, I talk about understanding the mind of decent men, good men. But one thing I want y'all to refrain from is chasing for good men, decent men. Again, hunting for decent men, good men. Now, you may think like, well, how else am I supposed? Why? I'm going to explain all of that. But what I want y'all ladies to do is to not do that, to avoid that. That is just my suggestion from my perspective. And y'all know, if you watch my older videos, if you've been here for a long time, that I come from a good place. No negativity, no drama with me. I am coming from a good place. I want the best for y'all. All right. So before I start, make sure y'all follow me. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit that subscribe button below. Like, comment. Tell me what you think in the comment section below, all right? First reason why I believe ladies should not chase and look and seek for good men and decent men, and why I believe that can actually keep you from getting a good man and a decent man, is people, especially desperate and people who have been hurt. These type of people tend to project their desires onto new men. These type of people tend to project what they want onto others. So let's break this down. A woman who has been hurt, damaged, went through trauma through her last relationship. She's been through it. She's finally got out of that relationship, but her mind, her spirit is still under fire. She's in a rush mentality. She's just everywhere. She's in the middle of mayhem. So what do a lot of women who go through this do? They try to find another man to get them out of that storm, to get them out of that fire. So they are very quick to find another man. Because what do you do when you're on fire? You want to not be on fire. So you're going to try to find water. You're going to try to find something that's going to douse you of being burnt. And that is a similar feeling when it comes to someone, especially women who have been damaged, abused through trauma in past relationships. And one of the best ways they feel like they can get doused or get relieved of that fire is to find another man, a better man. But the problem with this is when you are in this fire, when you are in this storm, when you are going through so much hurt and pain and trauma, you become more desperate. You're becoming more desperate for a solution, a better man. And when you're wanting this so bad, you can easily mold other men that you meet to become that better man that you're wanting so bad. The problem with this is you can ignore everything that's about that man, all his personality traits, all of his desires, all the things he's wanting and looking for in a woman in you. You can put all those things aside when you are in this type of mindset, because in this type of mindset, it is all about you. You are trying to save yourself, and that can keep you from getting a good man. You can have a good man right in front of you, but if you're in this storm, you will ignore all of those traits and trying to mold him into becoming what you want him to be, because you are trying to put out your fire. You are trying to find a man to heal what you've been going through in your past relationship. Desperate people will mold people. Now let me go to the next reason why I believe searching for a good man, a decent man, will keep you from a good man and a decent man, and that is running can make you forget to walk. Let me say that one more time. Running can make you forget to walk. What does that mean? Piggybacking off of my first point, you're rushing out of your relationship. You just ran through a brick wall that was on fire, because that is what your relationship was. That's how traumatic it was. It was a mess. You are running out of that burning house. But now that you're out of that house, which is symbolization of that relationship you have, you're still running. and now you're trying to run to a better situation. But running can make you forget so many things, like to walk. What happens when you walk? Why do people walk? When you walk, you are slowed down. You are taking your time. You have more patience. You are a better observer. You see, when you slow things down, you are able to see things better. You're able to see if the person, the next man that you're trying to get with, is the right one for you. You can see the red flags that he may have, because when you're running, it is hard to notice those things because you are in such a rush. When you are running, your peripheral starts to blur out. You ever notice that when you're driving a car super fast, the sides of your view starts to blur out? Everything becomes more focused and centered to what's in front of you, towards your aim at what you're running at. Everything else outside of that doesn't matter. It goes away, it fades away. When you start to get that tunnel vision, it can kill you because you do not see what's on the outside of you. Your vision is now narrowed. It is decimated. Tunnel vision for a desperate person can be lethal because it dumbs down your internal protection system. It dulls your common sense. It blinds you from seeing the red flags that are right in front of your eyes. And that is why it is so important to walk. And I get it. I've been there. When you get out of a hell of a relationship and you're running because you are on fire, you are damaged, you're trying to run to the next hospital, it seems, to get healed, to get fixed. You're just running. You feel like you can't get a solution until you get there faster. You forget that you need to slow down, that you need to take your time, that you need to pray on it, that you need to wait on God, that you're forgetting all these things because you are running, using everything you got, not noticing that you are about to lose it all. So remember this: when you are running towards another good man, a better man than your past relationship, all those other dangers that I just talked about can and most likely will occur. Be careful. The next reason why I believe women should not chase, look, hunt for good or decent men is because the enemy has the ability to copy and replicate your desperate desires. One thing I really, it makes me sad to see and sad to hear is the desperation in people's voices. And not just that, the fact that they are willing to tell strangers, not knowing their intentions, they are willing to tell strangers their desires, what they need. And the reason why that is sad to me is because they do not know their intentions. And when you tell people your desires, you give them all the power. You're throwing your trust away. The enemy has the ability to replicate your projected desires. Let me take this back, as for those who've been following me for a while. Y'all know I'm a lover of science. Y'all know I'm a lover of animals. But this is prevalent even in the hunting game, in the animal kingdom. You ever notice how humans, people, us, how we use bait, and fishers will make the bait move in a way where it looks like it is alive, so that the other fish that the fisher is hunting will think that fish is alive to capture it? That's one example, right? And then you have another example where animals will camouflage themselves to the color of a prey's home. Whether it's leaves or branches, they will camouflage themselves to make it look like they are a part of the home of their prey, to make it look like they are invisible, that they're not there. And once that prey gets to their home, snap, they got caught slipping. And that is the same thing when it comes to humans. The enemy can take your projected desires, the desires you talk about, your desperate desires, the ones you've told these strangers. The enemy will take that information and create a false replica of those desires to catch you, to trap you, to eat you. This is what happens when you are desperate in searching for something, because desperation can make you spill tea. It will make you say things that you should not be telling people, that you should keep inside. But desperate people have a need to let it out. They have a need to tell people because they need a solution. They need it to be answered. They need their problems to be solved. So what better way than to tell possible answers, to tell people who can possibly help, right? And to increase those odds and those chances, desperate people will tell anybody and everybody. They're willing to sacrifice their trust for an answer. It sucks, man, because they do not know the hands that they are playing into, the intention of the people that they're telling these things to. You see, the enemy has the ability, once again, to take what you said and become it, to capture your mind, to capture your heart, to make you say, oh, you are exactly what I've been looking for. Not remembering you told him exactly what you were looking for. You just gave him the playbook. And now he is going to use this false replica, this copy, this lie to reel you in. And once he got you in his boat, it's a wrap. Now he's going to show you his true self. Now you're going to realize that bait was dead fish. That bait was used to trap you. You're going to realize the whole truth once you are captured. Once you are trapped. The message of this video tonight is not just about chasing good men or even wanting good men. I'm not saying that you should not want a good and decent man. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, from a man's point of view, and you being a woman, I strongly advise you to not chase. You should never have to chase a good man or a decent man. And the problems, the dangers that I talked about in this video are highly possible once you do those things, especially if you've been hurt in your past relationship, especially if you are desperate, especially if you have a need for a man. And the last point I'm gonna make about this, I want y'all to hone in on this point too. The reason why I don't want y'all doing this is because seeking, searching, and hunting for a man can keep you from figuring out why you have that desire to begin with. The source of that need to want to be with a man. What is your reason? I believe that figuring out that reason will open so many answers for you in your current relationship and your future relationships. What is the reason for your need to want a man? For your need to need a man? Are you afraid of being alone? Are you trying to have a rebound? Are you trying to find a replacement? Is this a byproduct of early childhood trauma? How is your relationship with your dad? What is the reason for your need to find a man, to your need to search for a man? What is your reason? You see, there is a big difference between searching for a man and desiring a good man. Totally different. So all I'm saying tonight is to be careful, especially the things you search for, because you just might get it. Protect your heart. Peace and blessings. I'll see you on my next video, all right? Good night.